most community-centered community center that I've ever worked with.
When I was like 6 years old, my uncle used to come here. So I always wondered, well, where are you going? Where are you going? He said, I'm going to a boys club because it was all boys. Where we could play basketball and play pool, ping pong. We had tournaments. And he always used to bring home trophies. So when I got old enough, I entered the program.
BGR, we have like homework help. The kids come in, they have an hour to start doing their homework. We try to get as much homework done as possible. We also have gym, arts and crafts, game room, computers. When school's closed, BGR is open, and on those days is when we have trips and special activities for the children. Sometimes we have members of the advisory board for BGR who are lawyers. They'll set up appointments for us to go meet with a judge, and then the kids will get to, role play in the actual courts downtown. Then we also do the fun trips like, ice skating, going to the park, having a barbecue with the other after-school centers, that kind of stuff.
There's no other community center that has a self-government program where the kids actually get to choose what activities they want to have. So that is very special in itself.
And just not like a dictatorship. It's like a real government. The children choose what they want to do.
Mayor, council members, and fellow BGR citizens. I remember having game day on a Tuesday. Why don't we just make that every last Tuesday of each month?
We can look into that. That's also another good idea.
A lot of kids that we see come through here at first have a real, what I call external locus of control, meaning that they feel like just about everything in their lives is controlled by something outside of themselves. This brings the control back.
Self-government. It teaches us about law, and sometimes we have practice trials.
Court is now in session where everyone please rise. The Honorable Judge Kevin Valentine.
And the beauty of it is that it's youth-driven. They follow a constitution here that was developed by kids and is enforced by kids and can be amended by the kids. The agency has multiple shelters under its Shelter and Transitional Services Division. And what we do is try to integrate the kids so that they have a very normalized experience. They're in with other kids who are living in their own, homes. They can kind of feel like as normal a day as possible. They go to school, they go to an after-school program, they go back home, which happens to be a shelter, but at least they've had a fairly normalized day.
I moved to the Shelter Urban Family Center in 2004, and in 2005-06, they told me about a program for the older kids called the LIT, Leaders in Training, for high school kids, and it helped them get out, show them other communities, and how it gave us a way to benefit the community through the community center, BGR.
At BGR, we're special because we're more like a family. Most of the staff here are from the community. The parents not only know us in BGR, but they see us outside of BGR, and it's the same thing with the kids. We all play together. It's just a big community family feeling.
I like coming to BGR because you get to play games, and you also learn more in art, and you learn more in computers.
My favorite thing is computers because you get to spend your time typing and having fun inside of it.
All the staff at BGR, they do their part to make BGR a better place for the community and for the people who live around it.
I was in trouble. I needed someplace to put the kids, but I didn't want to just push them off any place. And a few of the other centers, they didn't look quite as attentive to the kids. When I went in, I didn't go in asking questions. I just went in and looked around. And I just saw kids running around indiscriminately. But here, when I came in, I saw that they had these programs and they were organized, and it just felt right.
Pass him back. All right, but that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Really?
And then with the basketball piece, we've really revitalized that. Apparently, according to the lore, Back in the day, there was great basketball here, and that's slowly coming back.
This basketball program here, what I enjoy most is that we're preparing young men for their next phase in life. As a black man myself, I was once in their shoes. I always tell them I'm just like them, just a little bit older.
Anytime I want to play ball, I just come here, get with my friends, and it's something that I could do in my spare time whenever I'm free.
BGR! We're really hoping that not only does it give something positive for the older kids to do in the evening hours versus being out on the streets or making, bad decisions out in the neighborhood, but that a lot of kids see it as an avenue or a vehicle for getting involved in some of the other programs that Henry Street offers.
BGR is the place for these kids to have a safe place to come after school, to have a good time, to do their homework, be with their friends. It's just a good place to be.
Not only that it saved my life, but it helps me. It gives me the chance to help a lot of other kids and keep them off the streets and to keep them from getting into other things that they shouldn't be doing.
It's a safe place for the kids to come after school because in the area that we're in right in the Lower East Side, it's dangerous for kids to be outside by themselves.
BGR so far has been a lifesaver for myself, simply because my son has somewhere to go besides school. So I really respect them for doing that for our community.
When I first discovered BGR, I was in a bad situation. Single parent, 2 preteen kids. I do long hours at my job. I work for the city, mandatory overtime, and I had no place to keep them. Babysitters were too expensive, I couldn't afford it. And BGR gave me a place that I could send the kids, that I was comfortable, I felt that they were safe, and it allowed me to go to work.
BGR has a really amazing community center feel and really serves, I think, all facets of what the community is looking for.
With the financial crisis that we're in and a lot of the programs around this area are being cut, I get calls from the parent coordinators at the schools asking, do we have room? Do we have room? Right now we do. We've been taking some of the kids from those other programs that have been cut, we've been taking them in. But we also need the money to continue to be providing for our community here. I know that some of the community centers in this area who had after school are also closing. We're one of the few community centers that still have after school. And it's really important for people to fund us so we can continue to do that.
I think it's a good place for people to come.